Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Well, thank you.
Father's Day right around the corner.
Woo-hoo.
No better place to shop for car stuff than ProAm Auto Accessories. John Rawson joins us with some ideas. Also, Jeff has this week's racing calendar, and Mr. Mars has a special feature on U.S. cities where Americans take the shortest drives. I had to think about that for a minute. The shortest drives. To work or to church or what? Why would they have a car if it's that short?
Well, that's some of the findings in this study that struck home when I read it, and Houston made it into the top 10.
Really?
Wow.
Well, because we got so much to do here. You can go do anything you want to in a short distance.
Yeah, but it still takes you 3 hours to get there.
Well, there's that. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. The IT director of engineering, David
Where
Ainsley.
is he?
He's in bed.
Okay.
But he'll be joining us next week in Granbury, Texas.
Ooh, Granbury.
We're going to be up there for the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run, which is always a good time up in Granbury. We're going to have Tammy Dooley on from the Visitors and Convention
later
Bureau.
on in the show. Absolutely.
That's going to be in May. My name is Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. Also joining us right now is a friend of the show, John Rawson. John, good morning to you.
Hey.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you. We're loving on you
Awesome.
right now. Can you feel the love coming through the phone?
And the bug is still
Yes,
there.
I can.
You
Fantastic.
know, I've tried to sell that bug once. And
It's here. It's ready.
I know that. Like you said, it needs an interior.
It needs an interior. It needs some love.
It needs some love. Does it run?
Yeah. Well, it did last time it pulled in here, so yeah, it should run.
Okay, it runs, but it just needs an interior. So if you're in the market for a bug convertible that looks really good, I've seen.
I like the
thing.
color.
It just needs an interior.
Ran when parked, as the ad always says.
Ran when parked. Well, that's good. Do you want to tell everybody what you're asking for it?
Man, at this point, I'm open to offers, but I think it's probably worth somewhere from 10 to 12.
Oh, that'd be good.
I think I got $10.
No,
Yeah.
$10,000 to $12,000. There's that.
Because I was going to outbid him with
And
a
you
20.
know, listen, you ought to see Mars Garage. If he ever cleaned it out, I'll bet you he's got that bug interior back in the back of his garage right now.
Well,
Somewhere.
If he finds it, let me know. It might
Okay.
get me motivated to finish it up.
All right. Well, we wanted to get a hold of you today because we want to talk about Father's Day gift giving. Now, I don't
Yes.
want to be sexist here and just relegate what you have to offer there in ProAm Auto Accessories as for just for men. That's not what I'm talking about here. It's for everybody. And, wives, kids, whatever. They got a dad. Well, there you go.
That's right.
Here's a place to go. ProAm Auto Accessories. You're still in the same location that you've been in since 1910, right?
That's right, since 1910. 6125 Richmond Avenue, corner Richmond and Greenridge. We've been here since 1984. Don't plan on going anywhere else.
John,
So
you weren't even
come see us.
born in 1984, were you?
Yes, actually, I was.
Okay, well,
I was a what do you call it?
A wee lad.
A tweenager, I think, back then or something.
Tweenager.
So,
That's good.
but yeah.
So
No, we've been here a long time, having a good time.
yeah, well, you do a smattering of things there at the shop. I know that you do some car work. You're really into BMWs there, aren't you?
We're into BMWs for service. We do service work on pretty much all cars, but we kind of specialize in German stuff. So BMWs, Porsches, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, all that good stuff that always needs some kind of service.
And seats for Corvettes.
And yeah, we work on an occasional Corvette. We had a black one in here a month or two ago. Put some seats in it.
Yeah, and it's absolutely fabulous. By the way, I want you to know that I spent some time on it on the hot rod tour of Texas. The Corbeaus worked out real well.
You took him out of that
Fantastic.
We did
I'm glad
not
to
take
hear.
them out of the bug, but there's an idea for you, John.
Yep.
You've got those show seats right there in the showroom. I'm thinking
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we could probably adapt a couple of those to fit in that bug.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a good idea. I need to get them reupholstered in white because I always wanted to do white in this Bug.
And that would be appropriate, yep.
But these are all, this is an example right here of your Corbeau seats. So we've got racing seats, we've got seats for hot rods, for trucks, for Jeeps. We do a lot of seat upgrades for off-road vehicles, actually, mud vehicles. We even do, Corbeau offers a line of these for their, what do you call it, a Razor, one of the side-by-side.
Oh, yeah.
Off-road little buggies.
Yep.
They make seats for those. So, yeah, we can handle any and all of that.
I see you got,
it's a lot of fun.
You got wheels there in the showroom glass. So I guess any kind of wheels that anybody so desires, we can get them over there at Pro-Am.
Yeah, we do a lot of wheels. These two wheels here are pretty much what we're doing the most of these days. These are Apex wheels on the bottom, which they make wheels for a lot of vehicles now. They started off doing BMW, and now they've expanded into Porsches, Corvettes, Mustangs, FRSs, any kind of track day cars. These are all track-focused wheels. But we also do a small amount of wheels for trucks and SUVs and stuff too, but not a ton. But we can do those. Of course, we've got our racing gear that we always have carried. It's finally racing season, although it's going to be really hot, I think. But we do helmets, gloves, shoes, any of the racing gear, fire suits, and other accessories that you might want to take to the track, like way up there on the top is a race ramp, which are really lightweight, kind of foam-filled ramps, but they're very heavy-duty. You can park a car on top of those and crawl underneath it and do what you need to do.
I want to know about the helmets, John. John, what is the number one brand of helmet that you sell?
Well, to be honest, the number one brand that we sell are these right here, Race Quip, which are basically an entry-level helmet. These are $299 a piece. They're SA 2020. And most of our customers are either just getting started in HPDE, or maybe they're going to do Lemons races or stuff like that, or maybe even go to the drag strip for some of the import drag war things. What do they call it? Texas 2K or whatever. We do a lot of helmets for those guys that stop in. We also carry other name brand helmets, Simpson, Bell, G-Force. Most of that is special order because of the sizing and the particular features you can get on those helmets. But the everyday guys coming in needing something quick for autocross or whatever, these Race Quips fit the bill, and they're not ready to dedicate $1,000 or $1,500 to a helmet. These are a very affordable entry point, and it's quite a comfortable helmet. So it's a quality piece.
For instance, you've got the shoes there, you've got the helmets and things. Is most of this stuff in stock there, or would you have to order it and maybe drop ship it to their house?
We stock a small amount. We do special order a lot of it nowadays because I used to stock tons and tons of it, but what happened then was it just it didn't move fast enough. People wanted the freshest the freshest unit or whatever.
Right.
And so we just order them. But we do keep the basic Race Quip helmets in stock, along with the gloves and the balaclavas, the head sock. That's these guys right here.
Yes.
Those are real popular.
I think it's great that you've got them there because a lot of people, like you say, the new guys starting out,
don't know.
Well, yeah, and they look online and they say, well, they get it at Amazon, they get it at Summit, whatever, but what do I really need? And they can walk in there and physically look at it to decide.
Let me just throw this out there that, he is in the uptown area of the Galleria area.
Yep.
And so here's the thought. Drop the wife off at the Galleria, let her do her thing, and just mosey right on down Richmond Avenue.
Looking for a parking place. I'll be back here.
Yeah, and you go down.
We've got lots of parking.
Yeah, and just stop in at John's place and say, hello, I like that over there.
Better idea.
We can keep them entertained for however long it takes.
If you're in the mall, why not open a Pro-Am next to a Victoria's Secret? So you've got that right there. You don't have to go far. And then, of course, okay, I need some work done on my BMW. Well, the wife's next door shopping for lingerie or whatever the case. Well, let me set you up an appointment at my shop. on Richmond. And then you
and
go
some
there,
guy,
and yeah,
and
there
some
you
guy
go.
comes in and, John, I'd like to get a special order, but I'd like my seats covered with material from next door.
There you go.
Over there at Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
You know, John, I think what you need to do is just let the management of that establishment over there listen to the advice of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll have you out of business in no time flat.
Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. I'm ready to retire anyway.
Oh, gosh.
So I did want to mention for Father's Day this special that we've got going on Roadmaster Active Suspension Kits, which I don't know if y'all are familiar with these
We're
or
not,
but they are an alternative product to like airbag load suspension. If you're towing a trailer or towing a boat or loading up your truck real heavy with even a camper or something on top. This has been a fantastic product that we're a dealer for here in town, and we do stock these kits. This is the product right here. I don't know. This is an example of your leaf spring on the back of your pickup, but this is the Roadmaster Active Suspension part, and it is a helper spring basically that only activates when you load up the truck. So what you maintain is a good ride when you're not towing, and then when you are towing, this thing basically adds spring rate as needed to the back of the truck to help keep the hitch from sagging and to help keep the whole load from porpoising and bouncing down the road. We use these on our own 3/4 ton Chevy to tow our race trailer with, and they are a night and day difference. And everybody that has installed these, in fact, I did one this week for a guy. Everybody that has put these on their truck has absolutely loved them.
Well, all I know
And
is
they're
that there used to
pretty
be a great big huge thing that if you towed like a great big car hauler behind it with a lot of weight and stuff, and you had like an RV or something, and it had this great big mechanism on the back of it, and it really added to the length and bulk of everything back there.
And weight.
This is a great idea.
Yeah, these are fantastic, and unlike, one of the advantages of these over air springs or air helper springs is there's really nothing to fail on these. The air springs do work great, but over time those things degrade and start leaking air, and you lose the performance, and that's hopefully not going to happen when you're out on the road when you need them. These things here, as far as I've seen, and I've had the ones on our truck for, I don't know, 15 years maybe. We got one of the very first sets, and man, they just work. They just work, and they don't make noise, and they don't fail. I love them.
So what have you got? What have you got for the just a guy walking in, or you got a son or daughter wanting to get something for their dad, and they walk in? Where would you direct them for something that's not on that suspension level, but maybe some waxes and polishes, or?
We do. We have a whole waxes and polishes section. We've got, I'll stop right here first. We have license plate frames. These are really inexpensive, and they've got the brands or the vehicle logos on them. You see Chrysler, Dodge, Ford, GMC. I don't know if you can see on the camera or not, but you can see the names of the different manufacturers. We've got those that dress up your license plate a little bit. Those have always been a popular seller. People get tired of the dealer plates that get stuck on their cars, so they want something a little bit nicer. These are all stainless steel. They don't rust. They come with screw covers, so they end up looking real nice on the car.
Cool.
And these are most of these are $30, $35 a piece, so very inexpensive.
Well, that comes as a pair.
No, they're sold individually. So if you only want to put one on the back, you can do one on the back, or you can do them on the front if you want. So, so let me show you. Yeah, this is our car care section, and we just restocked for summer on all of the Class A brand, which that is really probably the main brand that we carry. That's these guys here. It's a all-in-one cleaner wax, a sealant glaze, and then this little bottle here. These are your interior vinyl treatment for leather as well. It's fantastic stuff. It's German. I sell a ton of this stuff over the internet. People just can't get enough of it. And I have repeat customers continuously for this stuff. Fantastic product. We've also got, your other kind of general car care products. You've got Stoner products, Invisible Glass, Tough Stuff, Zepp, which this is kind of a little secret here. This Zepp tire shine is probably one of the best tire shines you can buy. People drive from all across town to pick this stuff up. There you go. Works fantastic. So yeah, and all of these items here are, you know, $10, $15, $20, $30. The car waxes here are about $24, $25. So really inexpensive and really, really great high quality products. I mean, that's kind of one of the things we've done here over the years is distill down your choices on these things to the stuff that we know personally that really, really works. So yeah, we have lots of this stuff. You can come talk to us. We can look at problems on the car's paint, help give you some guidance on what to do, where to go with it. So
perfect.
Nice.
we've got, you know, car dusters, car wash mitts, that kind of stuff. So yeah, lots of fun stuff here. And these are all, like I said, good Dad's Day gifts that, you know, are inexpensive enough for anybody, any kid to come by for their dad.
I like that a lot. John, tell everybody, so you're on Richmond. What's the closest big cross street that everybody would know?
We are closest to Hillcroft. So we are between Hillcroft and Fountain View.
Yep.
On Richmond. The cross street, there is a light here. It's Green Ridge. And we are here Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening. Right now we are closed on the weekends. But, you know, that's plenty. We're plenty busy.
John, you mentioned selling some stuff over the internet.
Yes. Yeah. So we sell a lot of stuff actually on our Amazon store. If you go to Amazon and put in ProAm Auto, our company name, it will take you to our Amazon storefront where we sell mostly the car waxes and some of the specialty oils and lubricants and stuff, the TX7. Sell a ton of that. We also have our Bilstein shocks on there and a few other items, smaller items as well. But yeah, if they want to just order the car wax, the Class A stuff, it's all on our Amazon store.
Good to know.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, John, it's always great to talk to you, my friend, and good to see you, as always.
Likewise. Yeah, you guys stop by anytime. We're here.
All right, brother. Well, take care of yourself.
Might do that
Good
next
luck,
week.
and I hope that, listen, does your family shop at your store to buy you Father's Day gifts there?
No.
Okay.
I shop here for myself. So
Yeah, I hear you. Well,
I spend plenty of my own money at my own place, so that's for sure.
we hear you. We can relate. John, thanks again. John Rawson with ProAm Auto Accessories.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for N-Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. They're everywhere. We also video stream our 3-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and nwheeltime.com. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. ProAm Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. ProAm is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. ProAm is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, ProAm's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. ProAm not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. ProAm is now reaching a worldwide audience through ProAm.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At ProAm Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and ProAm will lend you a hand. ProAm Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thanks so much for joining us on this live portion of our show on Saturday, 8 to 11, every Saturday. Next week, we are in Granbury for the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. So if you find yourself in North Texas, be sure and go. Granbury is a very cute little town. We're going to talk to Tammy about that. Yeah, it is. And this state run is really a cool thing. And we love going there and talking to all the guys that bring their cars. And you'll hear from a bunch of them when we were up there next Saturday at this time. Also want to give a shout out to our friends at the Hot Rod Tour of Texas who sent Mr. Mars this thank you note. Thank you for your support of the 2024 Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
Yay.
Yeah. We had such a great time. Every year it gets better and better. And it was good.
Yeah.
Don't you think, Mars?
I do. All
right. Time now for the racing calendar.
All right.
Jeff has that, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
You bet. And then we got this weekend, we got NASCAR. Those boys are going to be running the Worldwide Technology Raceway. I have no idea where that's at, but it sounds fun. The NHRA is coming up.
Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Yeah, they don't give any details on that. So, but NHRA is the New England Nationals in Epping, and that's coming on this weekend actually. And then we've got the Canadian.
Erica's actually qualified number 1 from last night.
She kind of struggled the past couple events. So
well, she's qualified number 1 for the race, at least so far. They're going to have another
qualifying,
round.
Yeah. And then you've got the Canadian Grand Prix for the Formula One folks. IMSA, check this out. This weekend in Detroit. So it's the Detroit Grand Prix is this weekend, which is very cool. And then Indy's running it as well. So you got IMSA, you got 2 different classes running over the course of the events. Belle Isle Run, all that good stuff.
Indy goes there after the Indy 500.
Yeah.
You know, they used to go to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Mile.
Short track.
Short, flat track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
Millions of miles an
Actually,
hour.
you know, that place was the first place that I was inducted into my racing thing, and I just was in awe. Went to the Milwaukee, actually the Wisconsin State Fair at the Milwaukee Fairgrounds there, and they had a race at that mile track. And that was the first time I had ever seen auto racing, and, you know, as a boy,
Got the bug.
Still have it today. All right.
That's what's
Mr.
going on.
Mr. Mars has a very special thing for us here. A look at U.S. cities where Americans take the shortest drives.
You know, we get stuff in the mail all the time from lots of different people. And there is a place up in Chicago. It's called Tinting Chicago.
It's called what?
Tinting
Chicago. Tinting.
Yes, it's a big tint shop. They do wraps. They do paint protection. They do this thing. And every once in a while, they do a survey to see how the world is, I guess you would call it. So they recently did a survey. They checked with 1,578 Americans in the top 30 U.S. cities aged 18 to 76 about their driving habits as far as driving distances go. Now, one of the things they found out is that almost half of Americans, 48% of Americans, have driven 2 minutes or less instead of walking.
That's
now,
me. That's
obviously,
me.
where you're at, where you live, makes a big difference. You know, if you're out in the heat and the weather and cities or whatever.
You see this? Do you see this? You know what that is?
No, they don't
you
see
have
that.
to put that up.
Well,
put that up for just a second. You see that? You know what that is?
Smallest violin.
That's the world's smallest violin right there, and I'm playing it for you, Mars.
It gets even better.
I'm driving.
So, where do Americans take these short drives? Or why? Well, the number one reason is because lazy. They admit they're lazy. 72% say they're lazy. 55% say it's a time thing. And 41% say that it is a safety concern of where they're going. But 36% say they have driven as short as a quarter of a mile.
What?
That literally 36%.
Jeff's sitting here raising his hand.
Now,
you keep your hand down. Don't admit to that.
58% drive a half mile or less. And a half mile kind of gets into, like here, in the summertime, you could be hot and sweaty, and, by the time you walked a half mile.
Oh.
Well, depending on where you're going.
Oh. No.
So, anyway, 55% drive if a destination is 10 minutes or less in walking distance. That's another finding. So, where do Americans take these short drives to? Mailbox.
Well, yeah, because there's some mailboxes that are clustered together in
for
a
God's
subdivision.
sakes. Yeah.
They don't
All right.
deliver your
Is
door.
that you?
Corner
Is that you?
No. But I would.
Community park. Now, the dumpster. Got to go to the dumpster. I'm just telling you. So, then, whenever you get to that, the short trip Americans take while shopping and parking. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, cities where people drive to another store in the same shopping center the most. So, you go into a store and you go to the next one. Houston was, Houston didn't make this list. I'm sorry. Fort Worth and San Antonio did. And but Austin was number 2 for the top cities where people drive around looking for a close parking spot. Driving around in there, around and around in the parking lot till they find another place closer. Now, I will say I have, depending on what I'm driving, if I've been driving a Hellcat or something like that, I'll make sure I park out a little bit further, trying to make sure I don't get something dinged.
Or easier to steal.
But over 64% of the people that they surveyed have driven to another store in the same shopping center complex they were parked at.
Wow.
So,
God.
cities
Well,
where
Martha, the J.C. Penney is way down there, and I want to go to Target. Can you drive me? Are you serious?
when you get to cities where people would rather sit in traffic than have a shorter estimated time of arrival by walking.
Now, see, I agree with that. I wouldn't do that.
Houston, 51.56% said they'd rather sit in traffic than walk.
Oh, my God.
Even if it got there faster
Maybe
walking.
that's part of the reason that we're in one of the fattest cities in the United
There
States.
you go.
Yeah. So that kind of hit home, and I thought, how cool. Anyway, we are a lazy bunch of people, apparently. And the top cities where people drive the shortest drives, Houston was number 3.
Wow.
With 84.33% based on the way they scored the questions, the way they asked them.
Well, the criteria. I mean, I'm going to write. Like going to Los Tios on Friday night. Okay, so there's not a parking spot here in this area of the parking lot. So I just keep moving on further down. So I park down there by Petco.
Yeah,
all right.
or the Walgreens or something.
That's a whole, eighth of a mile away. Oh, my God, what am I going to do?
I'm just telling you that the survey says.
Yeah, survey says. All right, well, thank you. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address, info@inwheeltime.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. We're back right after this break. Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.